All right, hello everyone. We are here. We're doing our annual Dave and Frances Cohen Volunteer Award, the high honor of KI. This year, of course, as everything else, it's a little different. So I'm standing here with our very special honorees, Dan and Judy Schulder, in their house. We are going to have the festivities at a little bit of a later date. But we did something very clever, which is we got them the gift that we give honorees in the summer. You could see it right there. And it's inscribed as it is every other year. So in a couple months, couple years, when you guys forget about this whole thing, you won't even know. You'll see on your mantle, it'll look like it happened on August 15th, and you won't even know the difference. But either way, we are going to have a Shabbaton later on in the year, or beginning of next year, yeah, thank you, at some point, and we'll be able to more fully honor the Schulders and remember the Cohens. But just in brief, for those who are new or maybe don't remember, Dave and Frances were extremely pivotal volunteers at KI for many, many decades and mentored a lot of our current leadership, and they left a very strong legacy. And we like to remind everyone about all their work and make sure that we remember their legacy at KI. And every year we're also able to honor someone who's making a very strong impression currently on the shul. And Judy and Dan are certainly a great honorees for this year. Dan is a former treasurer of the shul, and his exploits are legendary. He's a living legend. And Judy is becoming a living legend because we have these... She's been on the board multiple times, but especially in COVID, we have these endless 3-hour meetings almost every week, and she's the secretary. So 2 living legends in Harrisburg, and it's my honor on behalf of KI to present them with this beautiful clock that's inscribed with the Cohen Award.
Very nice.
Thank you very much. Frances and Dave Cohen Volunteer Award presented to Judy and Dan Schulder, August 15, 2020, Kesher Israel Congregation. When we came to Kesher Israel, I remember when we met Frances and Dave. Come in the picture. I remember when we met Frances and Dave because they did everything. I mean, Dave did from taking the books out for davening and putting them away and the page turning, and there wasn't a single job in the shul he didn't do. And when we moved here, we had come from Scranton, and we had been involved in the shul there, and somehow they knew that we had been involved in the shul there, and picnics and fundraising and whatnot. But Frances could not understand why I would not join with the ladies to make chopped herring, because chopped herring was something that they sold, and it was something that makes me gag. And so I was never able to participate, and so instead I had to join Dave's side and help do the gold ticket. And there isn't people that I can think of who were the strongest backbone of the shul as Frances and Dave were. So we're very pleased to receive that award.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
And you sat down the row from Dave.
Well, yeah, the first time I came to shul, I sat with Dave and Sandy.
Sandy
Silverstein and Dave Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
And after the second week coming to shul, they said, "Oh, you're joining the shul, right?" And I said, "Well, I guess we are. I'll talk to my wife," but they sent me the bill the next day. So.
All right, the good old days.
The good old days.
But Dave and Frances were lovely people. Every Purim used to make a special Purim Shalach Manos, and I used to go over to see Frances and Dave and sit down, and we'd eat he'd eat the
whatever
whatever you made, and we had a great time chatting, because he lived behind the shul, a block behind the shul, on 4th Street.
Well,
all right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you guys. For some of our newer people, we'll have more opportunity, or even our older people, for everyone, we'll have more opportunity to learn about and discuss all that the Schulders and the Cohens have brought to our shul. For right now, we're going to end off with, we have some special guests here. Judy's parents, Arthur and Lee, who are recently relocated. What do you guys have to say? You know what? How are you enjoying Harrisburg, Lee?
I love Harrisburg. It's a lot different than Scranton.
Right.
I like being near my daughter. I like meeting you and knowing you.
All
You're
right.
one of my favorites.
All right. Well, you're my favorite too. What do you think of your daughter and son-in-law?
Okay, first I just want to say I don't have those same effects. You don't do the same effect on me as you do on my wife. But,
All right.
Just kidding. I'm very proud. I'm very, very proud to see that they are so involved in the community. And as far as the honor, since my daughter's been living here 33, 34 years or thereabouts, one of the first people that I had met in going to KI were this family, and they were always very, very hospitable. They were very nice, and everything was for KI. It was never for themselves, it was for KI. So I'm very, very proud that they got that honor.
Okay, all right, well, thank you guys. I think we've made our point that nothing's really changed this summer. Cohen Award as always, and we'll look forward to seeing everyone for the Shabbaton in a short while.